Welcome back to English Classes Online, where English learning is made easy. On this channel, our goal is to equip you with the linguistic tools required for effective communication and for success in your English exams. We teach everything English, and your proficiency is our business. If you are intending to take any of the English language proficiency tests, such as IELTS and Duolingo English Test, DET, you'll find links to our training courses in the description section below. Moreover, we teach you how to use the English language as an effective tool for creating content, monetizing content, and creating for yourself multiple streams of income on various online platforms. If you are interested in such lessons, kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Make sure you click on the bell icon as well, so that whenever a new video is uploaded on the channel you will be notified instantly. This will ensure that you don't miss any of our new videos. We appreciate all of you out there who keep supporting us by liking and sharing our videos with your friends and relations. Do not forget to browse through our playlists for other video lessons. In the description section below you'll also find links to different resources such as ebooks, online courses, and training courses that you might find useful for your English learning or for your content creation skill development. Let's get started with today's lesson right away.
How to write a good descriptive essay. This is the focus of today's lesson, and we are going to look at a sample essay which is written in direct response to a Waec past question. This is Benjamin from English Classes Online. Let's dive into the lesson right away. We want to start with a quick look at the lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to 1. Define descriptive essay, 2. Explain the steps in writing a descriptive essay, and 3. Give a sample descriptive essay to illustrate the steps explained. Okay? So let's take this one by one. What is a descriptive essay? A descriptive essay gives a detailed description of the topic and paints a picture with words in the reader's mind. That is what a descriptive essay does. It is a kind of essay that is used to give a picture of a situation or an object. It could be an object, place, person, emotion, situation, or anything. It could be a social problem. Okay? Now, you can use this, you can use a descriptive essay to describe an event, a place, a person, or a social problem. Okay? That's what a descriptive essay can be used to do. Writing this type of essay requires your ability to create an image by appealing to the senses of the reader. Senses of hearing, touch, taste, sight, and smell. So when you are writing a descriptive essay, you are using your writing to show the reader something the reader couldn't see, something you saw that the reader couldn't see, something you heard that the reader couldn't hear, something you tasted. So in other words, a descriptive essay enables you to share your personal experience, something you saw and you want someone else to see. You want to give a picture of something to the reader. Okay? In other words, using words to give a picture of something is what descriptive writing is about. Okay? Now, planning a descriptive essay. The first thing you do is to choose a topic, because every essay begins with a topic. and then you brainstorm and compile information. What does it mean to brainstorm? It simply means to think about the topic, and as you think about the topic, as you focus your mind on the topic, then you generate ideas in your mind. Some pieces of information concerning that topic will, come into your mind, and then you take some steps to jot them down, and then use these pieces of idea to make an outline. Okay, now those three steps already mentioned: choose a topic, brainstorm and compile the information, and make an outline. These three steps belong to what we call the pre-writing stage. These are part of the preparation you should make before you start writing. Then the next thing is write the introductory paragraph. That is when your actual writing begins. And then you write the body paragraphs. And then you summarize the essay in the concluding paragraph. So writing is in three major stages: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Okay? That is the actual writing. And once you are through with the actual writing, then the next is what we call the rewriting. And that means cross-check your essay and correct any errors in it. Because after, producing a piece of writing, you need to cross-check it and edit it. In other words, correct any errors of grammar, any errors of spelling, use of tenses, punctuation marks, capitalization, and so on and so forth. So let's now move on to the next stage of this discussion. And we want to now begin with choosing the topic, okay? Now, choose a topic you know and can discuss easily and convincingly. But it doesn't make sense to choose a topic that you are not familiar with and which you cannot discuss. You must know what you are talking about, otherwise your essay will be big words without substance. That's exactly true. If you're already given an essay topic in an exam, which in most English exams is the case, you are already given an essay question that tells you what to write about. And when that is the case, make sure you understand exactly what the examiner wants you to write on the given topic, okay? In the Waec exam or NECO or any other SSCE, of course, you are given a number of options. So you go through the options, the different questions, different essay writing topics, then you choose the one that you can discuss effectively. Now, the next thing is brainstorming and creating an outline. We are looking at this. I showed you, an overview of these steps, but now we are looking at them in some detail. Okay. Now, what does it mean? What does brainstorming and creating an outline involve? Now, as I earlier mentioned, brainstorming means thinking about the topic. So think about the topic in order to generate ideas for your essay. Jot down the ideas on a sheet of paper just as they naturally flow into your mind. Okay, that's what you ought to do. And after jotting down the ideas on a sheet of paper, the next thing is for you to go over the points, go through the points, and pick only the ones you consider most relevant to the topic. Okay. Having done that, then you organize your main ideas and their supporting points into an outline, dividing them into three main parts of your essay: introduction, body, and conclusion. So these are the steps that you take in brainstorming and creating an outline. And it's important that you always do this before you write an essay, because most students write a very poor essay because they don't plan. as the saying goes, if you fail to plan, certainly you plan to fail. So before you build a house, you need to draw a building plan. In the same way, before you write an essay, you need to draw a writing plan, and that is an outline. An outline is a product of your brainstorming and of your organizing your points and so on. Then you create an outline. Now, having done that, the next thing is using an outline. Now, I will show you what the outline looks like, but let us look at a given question. We are taking this question from the West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2002. The question is as follows. The rising incidence of road traffic accidents nowadays is alarming. In an article suitable for publication in an international magazine, discuss at least 3 factors responsible for this and suggest ways of dealing with the problem. Now, let's look at the kind of outline you can create in response to this kind of essay writing prompt. Now, A is the title. You jot down the key points that will form the major features of your essay. Your essay is a kind of structure, and every structure is made up of parts. So your outline should include the various parts of your essay so that you just take each part and you write that part exactly the way it should appear in your answer sheet on your writing material. Now, so the first thing that should appear in your essay is the title. And according to the question we are responding to, the topic or the title is the rising incidence of traffic accidents in Nigeria. Now, you are assuming that the writer assumes, or the writer actually takes his country to be Nigeria. And so I'm taking that country, as what we use in this illustration. Then the next thing is the introduction. Now, your introduction in every essay is paragraph 1, and it should include some essential ingredients, the first of which is the hook. The hook is the first sentence, the opening sentence, which is meant to grab the attention of the reader. And then you must have the background information, and then you will have the thesis. The thesis and the background information are part of the subject matter, and even the hook is also part of the subject matter. It is the subject matter here is the rising incidence of road traffic accidents in Nigeria. And everything you are going to say in the hook, in the background information, and in the thesis is all about the rising incidence of road traffic accidents in Nigeria. You are painting a picture of this social problem. And so you will paint the picture in the first paragraph to show the reader that this essay or this article is a very important one. What your introductory paragraph does is that it is used to show the reader that this article or this essay is worth reading. Nobody is interested in reading trash. So you need to convince the reader that this is a very important issue that is being discussed or that is going to be discussed in this essay. That is the purpose of the introductory paragraph. And having said that, the next is the body of the essay, and the body of the essay begins with paragraph 2. So in this outline, our number 1 point is bad roads. We want to talk about the factors responsible for the rising incidence of road traffic accidents, and then we want to profile the solution, because this is what you are told to do. Discuss at least 3 factors responsible for this and suggest ways of dealing with the problem. Okay? Then you are going to discuss each factor in each paragraph. Then paragraph 3, we are going to discuss lack of vehicle maintenance. In paragraph 4, the point we are going to discuss is the driver's lack of training and experience in driving. That can be a factor responsible for road accidents. Then in paragraph 5, we are going to add the factor number 4. We are told at least 3 factors. So if you like, you can discuss more than 3. Okay, so I've just included the 4th factor here, but it's not compulsory. Once you're able to discuss 3 within the time limits that you are given, that will be quite better. Okay, so the next factor is drinking while driving, or driving under the influence of alcohol, if you like. Then we are going to also discuss the solutions and the recommendations, okay? And then in the conclusion, which is the concluding paragraph, in this case, this is paragraph 7. This is where we re-emphasize the thesis, and we can do this by simply summarizing the main points discussed, or we can just, conclude in a way that will leave a lasting impression on the reader or examiner. Okay? Now, this is the sample essay. Here, I want to walk you through the sample essay and show you how this can be done. Now, we are beginning with the topic, rising incidence of road traffic accidents in Nigeria. And this is the way you can, present your title, on the top center of your writing or answer sheet. After that comes paragraph 1, where you introduce the subject for discussion. And you can start this with the hook or the opening statement. Now, here is how we can do it. Death rates arising from road accidents have kept increasing astronomically in recent years in Nigeria. You see, this should draw the attention. Death rates, you are discussing a serious issue. That means many people are dying. Okay, so the reader first gets curious. Anything that involves people dying is a serious issue. So then you move on to give background information. You see, we started with a hook to draw the attention of the reader. Oh, this guy is going to write something about so many people dying as a result of road accidents. So let me find out what he's trying to say here. Then you give some background information through some sentences. In fact, sorry, let's look at it. In fact, road traffic accidents have virtually become the greatest cause of death and disability in this country. You see, you are giving more background information about this social problem. And this continues, okay? Hardly a day goes by without one reading in the dailies the sad stories of people who have either been killed or maimed in road accidents. You are throwing more light on this problem. The mortuaries are filled to the brim with corpses picked from various accident scenes on our highways, while the emergency wards of our hospitals are full of people in varying degrees of unconsciousness, waiting to be confirmed dead. This is a serious issue. So you are painting a more serious picture of this problem. And having done that, then the reader is wondering what can be done. And then you come with the thesis. The thesis shows the reader what you are going to do. Because when you are discussing a social problem, you don't just end up giving a picture of the problem. You also want to look at the problem by way of examining it. You are like a doctor who will, first diagnose a problem. And after diagnosing a problem, then you come with the solution. Okay? Now, here is the thesis. This article will examine a couple of reasons for these accidents and suggest effective ways of reducing the carnage on our roads. You see, your thesis is a direct response to the question, the writing prompt, because if you refer to the question, you are asked to examine the factor responsible, the reason why there is an increase, a rising incidence of road traffic accident. What are the causes? What are the factors responsible for this? Okay, and then how can we solve the problem? Now, we have written our first paragraph, which is the introduction. And then we are going to the body of the essay, which is paragraph 2. And here is what we can do. We are going to take the first main point in our outline. In our outline, our main point is bad roads as a factor, one of the factors responsible for road accidents. And so here is how we can do it. One of the most common causes of road accidents in this country is the deplorable state of our roads. That is bad roads, okay? Most of our roads are full of bumps and potholes, such that speeding cars, buses, and trucks frequently run into them and somersault, killing or maiming the passengers on board. Now, take note of one thing. Our first sentence here is what we call the topic sentence. It's a sentence that contains the main idea or the topic of the paragraph. Here we are writing paragraph 2, which is the beginning of the body of our essay. We are now beginning to discuss the major thing that this essay is about. And so we are taking the first point and we are going to discuss it in the whole paragraph. Then the first sentence is where we tell the reader what we want to discuss in this paragraph. And so we have stated our topic sentence. After stating our topic sentence, all the other sentences will be to support the idea we have stated in our topic sentence. Now, I want you to look at it once again. Our topic sentence is saying that one of the most common causes of road accidents in this country is the deplorable state of our roads. Now, you have raised this issue. That is your topic sentence. Your topic sentence raises the main issue you want to discuss in a particular paragraph. Then all the other sentences will be to prove what you have claimed, because this sentence is claiming that the roads are in a deplorable state. Now, what are the things that make this road bad? And now listen to other sentences. Most of our roads are full of bumps and potholes, such that speeding cars, buses, and trucks frequently run into them and somersault, killing or maiming the passengers on board. See, what are we saying? We are saying that because the roads are bad, and the roads are bad because they are full of bumps and potholes, then cars are involved in accidents because these cars or trucks run into these potholes. Okay, then we move further and say, all right, some of the roads are also too narrow to accommodate two vehicles going in opposite directions. Thus, there are frequent cases of vehicles getting involved in head-on collision with each other on these roads. So you see, we have stated another way in which the bad roads cause accidents. Okay, you see, and that is exactly what uh, writing an essay is about. It is about making a claim and then supporting your claim. In your topic sentence, you make a claim. Here we have claimed that the reason why there are road accidents is because the roads are bad. And then we want to, that is our claim, and we want to show that actually the roads are bad because they have bumps and potholes. And because they have bumps and potholes, they cause accidents because the speeding cars, buses, and trucks run into them and somersault, killing the passengers on board, maiming and killing some passengers on board. So, and then we give another instance that because the roads are too narrow, you know, that is another aspect of why the roads are bad. Apart from having bumps and potholes, some of the roads are too narrow, and the result is that vehicles coming in opposite directions sometimes are involved in head-on collision. So the next paragraph, then we take another key point, another major factor responsible for road accidents, and we discuss it. Again, we begin with a topic sentence. So I want you to take note. Now, this is our topic sentence beginning paragraph 3. Another reason is that many of the vehicles plying the roads are in very poor condition as a result of lack of proper maintenance. That is the point we made in our outline. Point number 2, lack of vehicle maintenance. And so we have stated that as our topic sentence. We are claiming that another reason why there is increase in road accidents is because the vehicles are in poor condition because they are not maintained. Okay, now having made that claim, we want to support this claim by giving further explanation, and here is how we have done it here. Many vehicle owners are not willing to give out money for the maintenance of their vehicles. They are only interested in the returns they get from their drivers. And even when they manage to squeeze out some money for vehicle maintenance, it may not be used for that purpose, as some of the drivers simply embezzle the money and continue to drive the vehicles with worn out tires, stiff steering, and faulty brakes, or without lights, rear and head lights, side mirrors, wipers, etc. So we have given reasons why, you know, there is this problem of lack of vehicle maintenance. It is because the vehicle owners are more interested in getting their cash returns, and they are unwilling, you know, to give out money for maintenance. Another thing is that even where the owner gives out money for maintenance, the driver may embezzle the money and refuse to maintain the vehicle. So we have made the point, and the point we are making is that once the vehicles are not maintained, then they will be in bad condition, and then they cause accidents because when the vehicle uh, has worn out tires, stiff steering, faulty brakes, or when there are no rear or headlights, no side mirrors, no wipers, then of course these are factors for accidents on the road. In the next paragraph, we take our next major point, which is drivers' lack of training and experience. Is one of the key points we jotted down in our outline. So that is the next we discuss in this paragraph. Again, we begin with the topic sentence, and this is how we do it. Next, most of the drivers who use our highways are people who have obtained their licenses through bribery and therefore lack the training and experience to drive on the highways. You see, we are saying that some of the or most of the drivers lack training and experience, and that this is, part of the reasons or among the factors responsible for the increase in road accidents. Some of them are unable to read the road signs, hence they violate traffic rules with impunity, thereby causing accidents. So you see, in your topic sentence, you make a claim, and then with one or two or more sentences, you back up that claim. And that is how you discuss and develop your ideas in an essay. Then in the next paragraph, we are going to take our last key points from the outline. And here we are discussing driving under the influence of alcohol or drinking while driving. And here is how we do it. Driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs is perhaps the most devastating of all the causes of accidents on our roads. And then you now explain why this is a major factor. You have made a claim, you have raised the issue, then you have to give the evidence. Alcohol weakens the decision-making ability of the brain, so drinking and driving is the easiest way to cause fatal accidents on the highways. You see, you have given clear evidence, clear explanation of how this becomes a serious factor responsible for road accidents. So here we have discussed all the factors, and then we are now going to give recommendation because we are asked to suggest ways of solving the problem. And so we devote the next paragraph to doing exactly that. For example, to reduce the incidence of accidents on our roads, the government should repair the roads by filling the potholes and resurfacing with coal tar. You can see the logical way this is being done. We are taking our first factor, the first problem, the first cause of the problem, which is bad roads, and in our recommendation or as the solution, we are saying let this problem be fixed, and if you fix the bad roads, then you reduce the road accident. So then we can buttress that point and give further explanation. The narrow roads, bridges, and culverts should be widened and be rebuilt with proper materials. That will solve the problem of the roads that are too narrow, that cause head-on collision. The other ones with bumps and potholes, we are saying that the potholes should be filled and there should be resurfacing, okay? Then the next thing is to discuss other problems that we mentioned, other factors responsible for road accidents. We are recommending how these factors could be eliminated. The Federal Road Safety Commission and the vehicle inspecting officers should stop taking bribes from offenders and rise to their responsibilities of making sure that all vehicles which are not roadworthy are kept off the roads. They should make it a point of duty to apprehend offending drivers and ensure that they are prosecuted for traffic offenses. The government should set up mobile courts to speedily prosecute and punish drivers who are found guilty of drunkenness, overspeeding, or reckless driving. Education should also be given top priority as an effective way of increasing the level of compliance with traffic rules among drivers. So we have given our recommendations. We, gave a picture of the problem, how bad it is. Then we diagnose this problem by, you know, examining the causes, the factors responsible for the social problem. Then here we have come with the recommendations. This is how to write a good descriptive essay. And in most cases, when you are asked to write an article in any of your senior school certificate English exams, you are most likely required to write either a descriptive essay or an expository essay, because you will be examining a social problem, okay? And that is exactly the way it is done. Now, having come to, the last point where we have given the solutions, the next thing is to bring our essay to a conclusion. And so this brings us to our concluding paragraph. I strongly believe that if these measures are taken, they will go a long way towards reducing, if not stopping, the carnage on our roads. So we have chosen to end this essay by making what is called a call to action, because you have discussed the social problem, you have examined the the factors responsible, and you have made recommendations. Then the next thing is for you to actually emphasize your call to action. And that's one way of ending an essay of this nature. Now, as an article writer, because if you looked at the past exam question we took, you are asked to write an article, okay, suitable for publication in an international magazine. Well, let's look at it once again and see. The rising incidence of road traffic accidents nowadays is alarming. In an article suitable for publication in an international magazine, discuss at least 3 factors responsible for this and suggest ways of dealing with the problem. West African Senior School Certificate Examination of June 2002. So that is exactly. Now, the next thing you need to do when you are presenting this as an article. Now, you come to the end of it and you simply write your name as a writer. You write your name, then you write your location and your country name. Let's assume your name is Mark Williams. Then you write Mark Williams here. Let's assume you reside in Lagos, Nigeria. Then here you write Lagos, and then you put a comma and you write Nigeria. So you have sent in this article from Lagos, Nigeria. The country name is important in this type of article because you are already told that this article should be published in an international magazine. And if you are writing an article that is to be sent abroad, then it has to include your country name. So this is exactly how to write an essay of this nature, specifically a descriptive essay. I hope you followed the steps attentively, and I hope you learned all the lessons, all the required ideas that I shared with you in this lesson. I hope you actually grabbed them, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you like the video and share it with your friends and relations. You might find time to browse through the description section below, and you will find a lot of resources such as ebooks, online courses, training programs. For example, if you are going to sit for any of the international proficiency tests, such as IELTS, that is IELTS, or Duolingo English Test, DET, then you can join a complete training program. We have a training program for IELTS candidates, and we have a training program for Duolingo English Test candidates. And if you are desirous of gaining proficiency in the use of English, you might grab a copy of our ebook titled Good Success in English. It is a complete study package for effective English learning. If you want to start an online teaching business and begin to create multiple streams of income and begin to earn online by sharing information, teaching people, doing exactly what I'm doing on this program, creating content and creating streams of income for yourself, we have a training program for you. It is a training program on how to set up an online teaching business. You will find links to all these in the description box. So you can click on any of them and then you gain access to any of those programs you might be interested in or any of the digital products. Some of our courses are published on Udemy. For example, how to create and sell information products, how to start an online business with little or no capital. All right. All these are courses, complete video courses that will teach you some digital skills that will really help you to be. Many thanks for watching today's video. A big thank you to all of you out there for being part of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscribe now as a way of giving us support. For notification about new videos, click on the bell icon. You will find the bell icon. Click on it so that whenever a new video is uploaded, you will be instantly notified. If you have actually enjoyed the video, like and share the video with your friends and relatives. This is very important. If you have any comments, leave your comments below. Any questions, any suggestions, we would gladly receive them and respond promptly and positively to them. See you in the next video. I look forward to always seeing you in the new